Good morning, everybody. Today is the 30th of October, and I know I am crooked. Let's see if I can make me not so crooked. That might be a little bit better. Today is the 30th of October. Tomorrow is Halloween, and you can see that wooden creature behind me. That was a decoration that my mother had. She passed away over a year ago, and so I inherited them. I just got through this morning painting over that one. It was I sanded it off with a rotary sander, anyway, one of the circular sanders, and kind of smoothed it out and then repainted it, so it looks a little bit better anyway. So I've been sewing quite a bit. I'm going to get just a little closer. I don't want to scare anybody, but okay. I think I'm where my neighbors can't see me or hear me. So yeah, I've been sewing quite a bit. I've been working a lot. I mean, every day. But in between I have been sewing. And I was inspired by somebody recently, and I can't remember if it's the baker that sews, but she's a teacher and she's in England. But she went through a pile of her clothing and picked out things that she either didn't wear or couldn't wear any longer, and she rehabilitated them. And one of the things that she did was to cut the tops off and then make the bottom of a dress into a skirt. So I did that on one thing, and I'll show it to you. This was I don't have it before, and I threw the top away, but it was a crossover dress, faux, but it never really closed up here. I would always have to put a pin there, and I didn't like doing that, so just wasn't comfortable with the dress at all. So I did cut it off, and I made a waistband that, let's see, let me find the back of it. The waistband that I found is just a little bit, not even a shade darker than the rest of the skirt. I measured my waist, and then I think the width I did was probably 6 inches, folded it over to make a 3-inch depth here, and there wasn't any stretching of the waistband to get it on because it really was the same size as the top of the skirt, so there's not really any gathering there or anything. This is the back. You can see the seam there, but I just marked the quarters, and the easy thing about it is you don't have to hem because it's already hemmed. The second thing I did in a similar vein was that I had made these pajama bottoms for my grandson when he was 9. He's now 10. He's very tall, and I was over there a few days ago and he was wearing them, and they were so short on him. And I remembered that when I had made them, I had hemmed them a whole lot so that I could let them out when he got taller. The waistband's fine because he's a skinny little booger, but so that's what I did. Was I took the bottom and just unpicked the hem, and it was already hemmed, so it was just a matter of unfolding it, and I did iron it down so that it didn't have a crease. And really, you can't tell. Sometimes when you let a hem down, you can see there's a definite line on there, but he does wear these a lot, so, and they show that also. And I was happy when I went over there yesterday to collect these pants to let the hem out that he was wearing his robe, his comfort robe by Love Notions that I showed you last time, so I was happy about that. He likes to be warm. Another thing, I've actually made 2 of these. Love Notions has a free pattern for little girls. I don't remember the sizing of it. I don't know how high up it goes. It may go all the way up to like a 12 or something. But this is for the little girl who used to go to my church. They now go to a different church, which is fine. But I'm still making things, and she lives in the next town over and actually lives next door to another church member. So I had that church member to ask her if she minded if I continued to make clothes for her little girl, and she said no, that she loved them and welcomed anything that I made. So again, this is the Love Notions skater skirt. I believe this is a size 3. This is so cute. It takes up hardly any fabric. It is not a full circle skirt, which is takes up more. You have to have more fabric when you lay it out. And this is just, I guess, 2 half circles, and then sewn together on the sides, and then the waistband. This is the back. You can see the line, and then I just serged here. I serged everything. I sew it first with a long stitch, and then I serge, but it's just adorable. And I had just enough to make it, and the hem was no problem. It was really easy. I just did a straight stitch on the hem. So that was that. The next thing I made was gosh, now I'm gonna have to think of the name of the dress. I'll have to put it, if I don't think of it, I'll have to put it on the video so you can take a look at it. This is a pattern from Love Notions that I've made before as a tunic, but it had a dress option also, and it had an option for long sleeves, bishop sleeves, and just a plain long sleeve version. And then the short sleeve version had a tab, and I don't like tabs. I don't like sleeves that you roll up and connect with a tab, especially it seems like with a knit fabric that they're going to slouch down. The sun is coming up, and that's so great because it's been really cloudy here. I'm not going to show you this right now tried on, but I will show you what it looks like on my half mannequin so you can kind of get an idea. This pattern, I love I say tunic, it wasn't really a tunic. It's a bit of a high-low. I couldn't get away with wearing leggings with it, but I wear it with blue jeans. I made it from a navy blue fabric that I think I got from the Walmart mystery bin. And actually this fabric too is from Walmart, that same area. But I love the top. It's just such a great top. And I was reading about empire waist in general, that they're very slimming because they go in at the narrowest part of a woman's body, so they tend to be flattering on everyone. There is elastic in the empire part, and you sew that entire casing down through all layers along the bottom once you put the elastic in. But one thing that I noticed was, before I created that channel and put the elastic in, is you can actually wear this without the elastic. You know, the trend now is for the boho loose fitting things with the ruffles on them. So you could definitely leave that off and even put a ruffle at the bottom if you wanted to. But I opted to go for the traditional route. I've not washed this garment yet, so you'll be able to see where I write front, back, and all of that stuff on there. Initially, when I was sewing this, my machine was doing something weird. I had a size 11 needle in there, and that was okay. I was trying to think of the things I changed that would make it do this, but it seemed like it was sewing my stitches really tight, and it was skipping stitches. I think the bobbin may not have been wound properly. All of these things are my fault. And then the thread I was using, I thought maybe it was a thread I'd had for a long time. Maybe it wasn't coming off the spool as well as it should. I persevered and changed thread, changed bobbins, left the needle alone. Eventually it was fine, but the neckband and some of the early seams were bothersome to me. But overall, the dress is beautiful. I can't wait. I think I'm going to wear it tomorrow to work. I do need to wash it to get all my markings off. So let me show that to you, and hopefully I'll get somebody to take a picture. I'll take a video, short one, to show you what it looks like on. All right, hold on. This is it. This is the neckline that I did zigzag around it, and I think that probably helped it some with the tight stitching that it had. I don't really think you can see it anywhere else. These are the bishop sleeves with the elastic. And I think this was a 1/2 inch. I think I used a 1/2 inch elastic in both. The bottom is just a little bit of a high-low. You can see on this side, it doesn't go down a whole bunch. It's interesting because you hem the front and the back prior to sewing the side seams together. This is what the back looks like. All right, this is the Pemberley tunic by Love Notions. I really like it. Elastic here, the bishop sleeves, and that's what it looks like.